So I'm sure a lot of you have probably guessed by now, but if you haven't guessed from the title, or if you didn't see what was going on Twitter, then you know that me and Sonic Fox got into a war of words today or yesterday, whenever you're seeing this. And this was based off of the fact that I made a video about him a couple of days ago, depending on when you're watching this. It's one of the recent videos on my channel. He didn't like what I had to say, called me delusional. I also said a couple of things to him, which I'm going to be reading off to you today and giving you my thoughts and feelings on the entire situation. But before I start reading it, there's a couple of things I do want to say to people that are watching, because the comment section was like full up. I couldn't get to every single comment. But I did see a couple of things and I do want to address them. Now, I know sometimes people just say things online without actually thinking about what the word means, but I want to make something very, very clear to everybody watching. I don't hate Sonic Fox because I know what the word hate means. Hate is a very, very strong feeling towards somebody. And I just don't feel that strongly towards Sonic Fox. There are people that I've had interactions with here on before. I had an interaction with Hypnotic, who's a very big YouTuber. I've had an interaction with Fate. You all know Fate in the Mortal Kombat community.
I will fix Mortal Kombat for free.
And I don't hate either of these guys. As a matter of fact, I don't even dislike Hypnotic. I'm not Fate's biggest fan, as you guys already know. But I don't actually hate anybody that I've come into contact with in the scene or in the wider gaming scene. Hate is a very strong emotion, right? It's the opposite of love. It's a bit ridiculous to continuously comment saying, oh, it's just hate towards Sonic Fox. I don't know if people have really experienced real hate before. Now, I can tell you someone that I do hate so you can understand how I look at things or how I might address somebody. If you've ever seen a Johnny Somali video that I've done on this channel, which I will be doing another one very soon, I hate that guy. Absolute.
Why are you bullying people in other countries?
Human.
For money, like
garbage.
for clout.
I've never met him before, but I've seen enough to say I absolutely hate him. I feel very strongly towards Johnny Somali. That is real hate. Genuine hate. I can't stand that guy. But Sonic Fox, I'm not his biggest fan. Don't really like the way he talks to people online or the way he behaves. But I don't hate the guy, okay? So before anybody's like, oh, Mike hates Sonic Fox, I'm not jumping on some hate train. I know even me saying that, people are still going to say, oh, you're just hating on Sonic Fox. I don't hate the guy, okay? I'm not his biggest fan. Wouldn't particularly want to spend time with him. I'm sure he wouldn't want to spend time with me. But I don't hate him. Now, let's get to the tweet. So, as I said, yesterday I made some comments regarding his crowdfunding comments, which I found to be really stupid. And that was really the bulk of my video. But there was also a clip in there from Ninja Killer where Ninja Killer said that Sonic Fox is basically very chummy with NRS, and if he wants something done, they will do it. So I will show you that clip again very quickly here.
Yeah, like, is it true at all that, like, the top competitive players, like, have any influence or, like, communication or, like, just somewhere you can kind of speak to, like, hey, I think you guys should do this, or, like, is that just, like, a fake myth that kind of exists?
I'm gonna be real, if your name is not Sonic Fox, they don't give a fuck what you have to say about the game. I'm just being honest.
That's crazy, though, because there's so many of the good players at it, you would figure, like, all of y'all input would kind of make the game collective as a whole.
I mean, there are, but like Sonic, he's like the figurehead in our scene. So like whatever he says goes, pretty much. If he complains about a certain character, 9 times out of 10 that character is going to be nerfed. If he says a character needs to be buffed, 9 times out of 10 that character is going to be buffed next patch. So yeah, if we were to say something, it's just one year after the other. But if Sonic were to say something, because Sonic, he's more close with like Ed Boon and like all the people like in the development team, like Stephanie and Tyler and David. Like he's all cool. Not David, Derek. He's all cool with them. So like, if he has some type of complaint about the game, they will address it and they will fix it just for him. But if we were to say something, oh, fuck it, just go lab.
I don't understand why that
Like,
makes sense. Hey, they did say that in the most recent Combat Cast, and they kind of fucked me. They was like, instead of complaining online about a character, dude, I was like, damn, that's a little bit, they was throwing a little bit of salt with that one. That kind of caught me off guard when they said that.
Now, Ninja Killer spoke almost absolutely though. He spoke like he actually knew. Like he actually knew something that we didn't know. Now everybody's made the assumptions about Sonic Fox and him having ties to NRS and them doing his bidding on some level. Do I think that he went in there and actually designed the Joker to help him win an MK11? No, I don't think that. Let's not be ridiculous. Now I don't know who came up with that one. That wasn't me though. So just to dispel that. But it's not unusual for personalities on YouTube, whether it be gaming or movies or whatever it might be, to be chummy with people that work in a particular industry and favors be done for them. Now, I'm not accusing Sonic Fox of this, and yesterday I was rattling off on what Ninja Killer said, but to be fair to Sonic Fox, I don't know if what Ninja Killer is saying is true. I also don't know if what Sonic Fox is saying is true, which is what we're going to get into now. So this started when Tom Brady tweeted out my video. Sonic Fox saw it, and Sonic Fox said, I just watched this video and I'm starting to believe that everyone is actually delusional if they genuinely think I have any say or NRS/WB takes any of my feedback. MK1 would not release like this if I did. And yes, your pro top players who think I am are also delusional. Now, I don't think that Sonic Fox's reach or his influence extends to actually working on the game directly. But we know that top players historically have had some say in what happens with fighting games. It's not a new thing, whether that's a collective or a single person that is so dominant on the game that they look to them for some answers. It's not unusual for that to happen. Now, he said that people that think I have ever had any say, ever. So that's a very absolute statement that he's making there. And now I wasn't tagged in this post that Tom Brady put up, or maybe he did tag me, I didn't see it. I was scrolling down my feed and I saw it, and I saw Sonic Fox talking about it, so I retweeted him and I said, why are you calling people delusional when Ninja is the one that said it? He's either lying or not, but we're not delusional for hearing it come from the other top player's mouth. It would be delusional if we just made it up to fit a narrative. Is Ninja lying or not? Which I think is a fair question. Now again, I played that clip for you guys. Ninja Killer said he was speaking honestly, and that's just how it is. He said he was keeping it 100. He spoke very matter of fact. He almost spoke absolutely. So when we hear it from the other top player, and we've heard it from other people before, and as I explained to Sonic Fox, I know people in the gaming industry over in the US, and I have also heard this from particular people. Now, I'm not going to out these people because they told me in confidence. If they ever want to come forward, they're more than welcome to come on here and discuss where they got this from. I would open that invitation up to anybody because Sonic Fox is very adamant that this has never been the case. So if somebody is on here saying that Sonic Fox has insider benefits, or if he's able to get things changed when he calls them, or whatever it might be, feel free to jump on, message me, I'll put you on here, and you can show us your evidence and your proof. Because like I said, as much as I might not like how Sonic Fox behaves, to be fair to him, Ninja Killer said it, but there's no proof, and Sonic Fox pushed back on it and there's no proof. So you really can't take one side too much. Now, in the video I made yesterday, I did also speak in an absolute tone where I was kind of like taking Ninja Killer's word as gospel, which, you know, that's fine. I'll walk that back because we don't know for certain. It does look fishy and I am suspicious of him. I'll be honest with you guys, and I told Sonic Fox here as well, I'm very suspicious of you and the way NRS conducts themselves, but we don't know. So Sonic Fox replied back to me saying, yes, and that is because the information he got was likely from other insane content creators that I shall not name. He is simply incorrect. Now, I didn't know who he was talking about here. So I asked him, please name the person that you're speaking about. If somebody is spreading misinformation about Sonic Fox, name them. If somebody was spreading misinformation about me, I would name them. I'm not going to protect them. So I asked him, please name them. It took a little bit of time to get it out of him. And I did ask him several times. You can go on Twitter and then read through the whole tweets. I'm not going to read them all out, otherwise it's pointless doing the video and talking to you guys. But I asked him a few times, say who came up with this rumor so we can dispel it. He eventually replied back to me saying it was Sikander that probably started the whole thing. I said probably, okay? Now I'm paying attention to the words he's using here. The reason I'm saying that it's very important to pay attention to the words used here is that I heard this about Sonic Fox before this Sikander drama started. Now initially when he mentioned it to me, I was like, I don't know what he's talking about. I remember the Sikander situation. I remember him making the video on Sikander. It completely slipped my mind, but looking at the timeline of events, I am fairly certain I had heard this way before that. Now, there was obviously the MK11 Joker situation, so the rumors were already circulating before. I never bought into the fact that he designed Joker. I thought that was ridiculous. It would be insane if that came out as like being truthful, but the rumors were obviously way back in MK11. I don't know if they were back in MK10. I'm not entirely sure, but Sikander's not the first place that I heard it. Now, he did send me the video where he's like, he's thanking people for helping him train, and he went on to win Final Combat, and he calls Sikander out, which is, you know, fine. They had their beef. I wasn't too interested in that because, again, I had heard it elsewhere. And I told him this on Twitter. I told him that I've heard this, and they're not in the fighting game community. Now, he kind of made the assertion, I assume he was talking about Perfect Legend. He thought Perfect Legend might have told me this. It wasn't Perfect Legend. As I said, they're not in the fighting game community. I'm not going to give up their names to anybody. That will remain completely anonymous unless they want to step forward. And I know they will see this video. If they want to come forward and they want to come on here and tell me where they heard that and where they got the information from, I am more than happy to put them on here. So he then tweeted me again saying, okay, so let me get this straight. The person is not in the FGC, won't reveal the person's name, but was told in confidence, and not listening to the actual facts on the matter from literally the horse's mouth. Congratulations, that person is delusional, and those that believe him are too. Now I want to make something very clear to Sonic Fox and to everybody else. You simply telling me that it's not true is not evidence. And by that same token, Ninja Killer simply saying it is not evidence. And I can hold my hands up and say, maybe I should have walked back how I was addressing it a little bit more and maybe used the word if more. I thought I used if more in the original video. Fair enough, I didn't. But this statement has no more weight than Ninja Killers. I'll give you guys a funny example. I'm going to expose myself here. The other day we did a stream and it was about this game called 5 Hearts Under One Roof, right? And I saw this game all over the place. I didn't actually watch gameplay of it, but I kept on seeing images and people saying it's really, really good. And I told my stream, I was like, yeah, my friend bought it for me. Like, side-eyes him. And they were like, nah, man, you're chatting shit. You bought it yourself, you fucking gooner. I've only just learned what that word means as well. And I kept saying to them, no, it was gifted to me. It's gifted to me. And everybody in the chat was like, no, Mike, you bought this yourself. Now, obviously, I bought it myself. But I told these guys that I bought the game. The game was bought for me by somebody else, right? To save face, right? It was part of a bit. They didn't believe me. Now, me simply saying it does not mean that I'm telling the truth, right? I'm the horse's mouth in that situation. It's my game. It's my PC. It's my stream. I'm telling you I didn't buy it. But there's no evidence to support that, Sonic Fox, right? There's no evidence to support that what you're saying is true. Just like there's none for Ninja Killer. Yeah, okay, you are the person they're accusing and you'll say I didn't do it. That's not how things work when you're trying to look into if somebody's done something if they haven't. Like, imagine everybody did things that way. Oh, did you do that? No, it wasn't me. Case closed. So, I don't know what you want. Like, okay, I can walk back some of the things I said in the Ninja Killer video. Okay, Ninja Killer might not be telling the truth. Maybe I should have been exercised a bit more skepticism. Fine. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm 50-50 on it now. Maybe you are, maybe you're not. Now, again, it's not unusual for people in the gaming industry to be chummy with people that work in higher positions. I don't really want to get in trouble in here, but we would all be lying if we said that we didn't know certain people were getting their social media accounts back or their streaming accounts back by making certain visitations to certain offices and partaking in a bit of hanky-panky action. We've heard those rumors before. I'm not going to name any particular streaming platform, not going to name any particular social media site, but it's not unusual for people to do things for people that they like or that they're chummy with. I mean, even in my situation, my uncle's a bodybuilder and he used to go to a particular gym around here and he knew the owner and the owner took a liking to me. So if I wanted something, they'd be like, yeah, Mike, take it, it's fine. Yeah, don't worry about it, Mike, it's all good. And if someone asked him, I'd be like, no, he paid for it. No, he didn't. He paid for his gym subscription. I said nothing. If someone asked me, I'd be like, yeah, of course I paid. So it's not unusual for these things to happen. You simply saying that you're not buddy-buddy with NRS, maybe you're telling the truth. It does look fishy, I'll be honest with you. Like I said, I don't hate you. But someone from the outside looking in, yeah, it looks fishy, mate. I'm sorry. Now, Avatar Yaya jumped in here. Now, I like Avatar, man. I honestly do like him. He seems like a really likable guy. And we've done content together before. Hopefully we do some in the future. But he jumped in to give his 2 cents. So I'll read it out to you. And he said, this is kind of disingenuous to Sonic Fox. They legit is telling you they don't. Even if someone said that they were, did they ever show proof? Which is perfectly fine to say. Ninja Killer did not show proof. Sikanda didn't show proof. The person that I spoke to over in the States did not show proof. The people I've heard it from have never shown proof, so that's fine. But Sonic Fox didn't show any proof either. So what I said to Avatar was, I'm not going to speak on it as a matter of fact. And the way I spoke in the video before, fine. You know, I could have used better language. I'm not perfect, but Sonic Fox does not provide any proof. Him simply saying it doesn't change anything. That's not how evidence works. So Sonic Fox then said, okay, so when you're inevitably horrifically wrong on this, will you make a full-on apology video? Now, first of all, horrifically, I don't know what Sonic thinks this is. I don't care about Sonic's status in the FGC. I don't care how many fans he's got. I also don't care how many DMs I get. I mean, I don't think Sonic Fox is so stupid to try and do something illegal, and that wouldn't be in his best interest. So trying to almost, it's not a threat, but it's trying to assert that this is going to go really poorly for me if it turns out it's telling the truth. Listen, Sonic, understand what I'm saying here. If I'm wrong, I'll simply say, hey guys, we got it wrong. Sonic's clean. He didn't do nothing. We made an assertion. We are wrong on this. But that's all it's going to be. You have this idea that you're going to parade this around like a moral victory. You can do that. You can put it on your YouTube channel. You can go on Twitter. You can tag me. You can make memes. Go nuts with it. I don't live online. If you want to make a mockery of me on Twitter or YouTube, I say go ahead. We'll watch it on live stream. We'll laugh about it. Now, it'd be in your best interest to keep it to memes and mockery. I wouldn't go any further than that, but we'll see. In terms of an apology, like I said, if we all turn out to be wrong, I don't know how you're going to prove this because I'm going to get onto that in a little bit. If you do manage to prove it somehow, then yeah, I'll be like, guys, threw this guy's name under the bus. We're wrong about this. Sonic Fox, L on my end. No problem. I'll say sorry. I have no issue saying sorry. I feel no shame. Not in that regard anyway. It's not a big deal to say sorry to someone. I've told this to people before. Saying sorry, well, what are you going to do? I said sorry. Oh, he said sorry, guys. Do you think I care? It's not that deep. Okay, I'm not 18 years old. It's a simple apology. It is what it is. We move on. So then Sonic Fox had the grand idea to tag people that work at Warner Brothers. He tagged Warner Brothers. He tagged Mortal Kombat. He tagged Dizzy. He tagged Stephanie and he tagged NRS Esports. And he asked, I would appreciate it greatly if you would inform this delusional man and his followers that I do not work for you and neither have I been relied on or reached out for any internal feedback. A reply here works. Sonic, let me explain this to you again. They're not going to go on Twitter and admit if you've done anything. Now, let me just make this clear. I don't think you work for them. Just like I know people in the UK don't work for specific companies, but companies will call them for consultancy or they'll ask them for a little bit of feedback. Now, I'm not saying you're sweet baby egg before you get your knickers in a twist. I'm not saying that, but this is not uncommon. And them simply coming on Twitter saying, yeah, Mike, we don't do any of that. What am I supposed to do with that? And for all of you saying, yeah, but Mike, he's told you, and NRS has told you, I don't work like that. I had this same conversation with Fate, and Fate gets very, very angry with me when I do this, okay? If you tell me something, and you just you say, oh, I've told you. Okay, I could tell you anything. I could tell you that the sky's red and I've got wings. It doesn't mean anything. You have to prove it. Like, there has to be actual, tangible proof. Now, like I said, I'm not accusing you, okay? I'm saying that that's how it looks to me and it looks to loads of other people. Tagging these guys, you can tag Ed Boot, makes no difference to me. And this is not the way you prove it, okay? Now, they can give me a response there. That wouldn't change my mind. Now, earlier on in the conversation, I said to Sonic Fox that the people that have accused you, and I've repeated what they've said, I will host them on my channel. I said to him, I'll host them on my channel. They can come on here. They can tell us where they got this evidence from. And, you know, if they were wrong and we can all move on. We'll say sorry. You know, sorry, Sonic Fox. We threw your name under the bus. No big deal. Everyone moves on. I said I'll host them. The guy over in the US, the guy that works over here in the games industry, Ninja Killer, whoever, Sikander, whoever wants to come on and say, this is where we got the information from. And this is the line of evidence we've got, or this is the line of logic we're following. I'll host them. I'll sit there and listen to them. Sonic Fox replied saying, also, for maximum transparency, I have zero interest in doing a co-stream with whoever you said that is blatantly spreading misinformation. Now, I had to make it very, very clear to Sonic Fox, and I'm sorry if this came across as rude. I never extended an invitation for you to come on my platform. And I don't want you to come on my platform. And it's not because I have anything real against you. It's because I've seen how you talk to people. And I don't like being spoken over constantly. Everyone does it. I've made the mistake before. But with you, it is a constant. And it's a shouting match. And I just don't want to deal with that stuff. Especially when I'm trying to have a conversation and get to the bottom of something. So I never extended an invitation to Sonic Fox. And I told Sonic Fox, I have no interest in you being on my channel. And I mean that honestly. I have zero interest in communicating with Sonic Fox outside of Twitter. On Twitter, at least I could sit there and read the conversation. If I had a conversation with Sonic Fox over Discord or even in person, I don't think it would go very well. Now, we spoke for a little bit longer. Again, the thread is very, very long. But again, he goes on to say, and now you understand how quickly false rumors can spread about famous people. Now, that's true. Sonic Fox is famous. Probably the most famous guy in the MK community, other than, I guess, Ed Boon, the creator. But yeah, famous people can have rumors spread about them, but famous people can also do shit things as well. Now, I'm not saying Sonic Fox is a shit person or anything. I'm not accusing him, but this is the sentiment that people feel towards him online. A lot of people feel that towards him. But again, I don't know if it's false. Okay, I don't know if it's false, and I told him, pump the brakes on that. I'm not agreeing with you that this is false information. I've heard what you've had to say. Now, yesterday on the video, and I was talking to people in the comment section, yeah, I was more leaning towards what Ninja Killer said. But after I spoke to Sonic Fox and he was very adamant he hasn't done this, I said, okay, I'm 50-50 on it. I don't know you. I don't know Ninja Killer. I don't know the other people personally that have said this about you. I just have connections in certain places that have said things about you. But I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. Maybe we can all give him the benefit of the doubt. I mean, he does say things that annoys us, but in terms of accusing him of working with NRS or giving feedback on some level, okay, benefit of the doubt given. But they're not false rumors yet. We don't know if they're false. Nothing's been proven. He then said again, I mean, it literally is false rumors. Like, I cannot be more clear about myself and association with WB and NRS. If you don't believe me, that's fine. But as a result of that, I reserve the right to think you and others that think that way are delusional about me. Now, I went on to tell Sonic Fox that I'm not delusional about thinking that about him. It's called a suspicion. I'm a very skeptical person. Everyone that comes here to watch me regularly knows that I am a very, very skeptical person. If you just tell me something, I'll say, okay, I'm not going to believe you straight away though. And I would encourage you guys, if you ever hear me say something, fact check me. Okay, Mike, you said it. Just because you said it doesn't mean it's true. I did also have to clarify for him that the bulk of my video was about the crowdfunding comment, which we can all agree was stupid. Why the hell would people crowdfund a game that is dead, that didn't show up for them, that they got nothing from, just to line your pockets? Because let's be honest, let's give Sonic Fox his flowers where they're due. He is the best player in the world. He's the most consistent. He will likely win. So he would just be putting money in his pockets. The game's on its way out. So what good is it for casual players to crowdfund? Ask WB and the rest to fund it themselves. That was the bulk of my video, but he only wants to focus on this, which is fine. He feels like his name's being dragged through the mud. But I did also point out to him that he put the tweet up, and in the original video I was speaking about Lou, and Lou was polite to him. Sonic seems to think that Lou was not polite to him. He said, Lou was not polite to me at all, to the point other people in that same thread looked at him like, but I will not be getting into that with you. I read over the thread. Lou was not rude to him. We all read over it. He wasn't rude to him. He said that MK1 is not so back, and he just told you that, you know, he's only calling it like he sees it. Like, someone has to tell the truth here. I mean, he was telling the truth. It's dead in the water. I mean, let's not lie about that. We might not like each other. Your fans might not like me. But let's not lie about that. Lou was not being rude to you. I also, Sonic Fox, in the tweets, I'm not going to put them all up on here because we'll be up here all day. But I said to Sonic Fox that you can block somebody and I can talk about it. But, you know, you can block me and I could talk about it. You can block PL and I could talk about it. You can block whoever you want. I didn't tell you that you can't block certain people. See, people seem to think that they can do things and people can't comment on them. Do whatever you want, but people have the right to comment on them. And because, by your own assertion, being famous, people are going to look at you and be like, why is he doing that? The attention is obviously going to be on you. That's what happens. The more eyes that get on you, as I've learned on my own YouTube channel, the more times people are going to show up and check you. I think it's weird to block people. There's people that I fight with in the comment section. There's a couple names. People, they know who they are. They show up to my videos and we get into arguments in the comment section, but I will not delete their comments. I find that weird. You talk to people on a public platform, they disagree with you and you block them. It's not like they're doxing you. It's not like they're sending you harassment or there's anything sexually explicit. It's just they're saying, hey, you chat shit about Mortal Kombat 1. Blocked. Come on, man. What are we, 10 years old? He also took screenshots of the video that I did yesterday showing where I was talking about him in the comment section. And I was talking about him, but that was yesterday and this is now. And I told him after our conversation, I'm a bit 50-50 about it because you seem very matter of fact that this is not true. Now, I don't believe him, but I don't not believe him. I am suspicious of him. I'll be honest, I am suspicious of him. So he told me to reach out to Ninja Killer and the other people that have been making these assertions about him to speak to them about where they got this information from. Because as a journalist, I never thought of myself as a journalist, but that's how he categorized me. So as a journalist, it would only be fair. Now, I hear what he's saying. I don't think of myself as a journalist, but I get where he's coming from in this situation. If Ninja Killer wants to come on here and explain where he got that from, he's well within his right to. But I'm not entirely interested in going and looking for people to speak about this on Sonic Fox's behalf. It's his name that he needs to clear. People have made these assertions about him. I only repeated them. Again, the bulk of my video was about crowdfunding. I connected that to your supposed links to NRS and why it's a bad idea for the community to get involved. But if people want to come on here, if people have some inside information, I'll invite anyone. Anyone that wants to speak on this about Sonic Fox and you have actual evidence that this is happening, feel free, reach out to me. We will do it live. We'll do it live stream. Now, I said that I wouldn't host Sonic Fox because I'm not interested in talking to him, just because I don't think we'll end up talking to each other. He will just end up talking over me and I'll get frustrated. But if I host a live stream and Sonic Fox sees it, Sonic, you're well within your right to come and defend your name if you want. I don't care if you show up or not personally. A lot of people are, oh, Sonic is going to get you for views. I want to make it very clear. If Sonic Fox doesn't show up, if I do a live stream and there's all these people in there talking about him, he doesn't have to. I don't give a fuck. So to close off the conversation, now I've skipped over some of it because it was quite long. It went on for some time. You can go on my Twitter page and read it. It's all there. He said, okay, but when this inevitably bites you in the ass and people look at you differently for your carelessness, don't say I didn't warn you. And yes, I will be the very first person dunking on your head when you are proven wrong, so expect me. Which I read that and I started laughing. Sonic, let me make something very clear to you. If I'm wrong about this, then I'm wrong. I don't know what you think you're going to do to dunk on me. Making stupid memes or stupid videos, that's all part of the fun. If you're wrong about something, you win the right to do that. That's not going to bother me very much. And if you say anything that does bother me, I'll just make a video about it. We can do this back and forth for as long as you want. I don't know if you think that I'm one of your lackeys or one of your drones or someone that is afraid of your prestige in the FGC. I couldn't give less of a shit about your name or how many people you're connected to. As long as you keep it on the internet, as long as you keep it to this back and forth, there's no problems here. But if you decide to do something that goes out of those bounds, then that's going to be on you. Now, you warned me about what you're going to do, and I'm warning you. If you decide to go further than that, then we can go further than that. That's up to you. But if you want to dunk on me and make stupid memes and Twitter posts and, oh, I got you, hello, blah, 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 that shit don't bother me. Well, like, if you turn out to be true, you earn the right to do that. It's not going to bother me at all. You can send people to flood my DMs. We'll have a laugh about it on live stream. Whatever you want to do, that's fine. And he ended it by saying bet. So I don't know what proof he's going to go and look for. I don't think he's going to. Honestly, if I'm being completely honest with you guys, I think he has better things to do. But if he wants to go and find some proof and then make stupid videos about it, that's fine. That's all part of the fun. We're here for that. I've had my war of words with multiple YouTubers before. Doesn't bother me at all. I have no problem sitting in front of somebody else's audience that has a much bigger following than me and sitting there and talking to them. The chat can roast me as much as they want. Those things don't bother me. As long as he keeps it online and this, this stupid banter or whatever, it is what it is. But Sonic, just to be very clear to you, I don't hate you. I don't particularly like you. But hate's a very, very, very different emotion. It's a very, very strong emotion. And I don't care about you enough to hate you, which I'm not saying is an insult. You don't care about me enough to hate me. And if you think you do hate me, or if anybody else thinks I hate Sonic, you've never experienced hate before. Now, I don't know where this is going to go. It probably won't go anywhere, if I'm being completely honest. It's just some stupid internet beef. It is what it is. But if anybody has the belief that Sonic Fox has ties to NRS and characters are being changed, and NRS do as he says, or at least take his feedback on board on some level, nothing ridiculous like designing a whole character. Let's be honest now. That would be insane if that was true, but I'm not entertaining those. But if they are on the phone to him and they're getting feedback from him and nerfs and buffs, him specifically, remember, Ninja Killer was very, very matter of fact. He said, I'm just keeping it honest with you. And he reiterated and went over that a couple of times. That clip is about 1.5 minutes long. If anybody has that information, feel free to jump on. I'm not going to attack you. I'm not going to try to put you in a weird situation or whatever. But if you want to speak on it, speak on it. Because Sonic is very, very adamant that he hasn't done this, and this has been going on for a very long time. This has been going on since MK11. Maybe it's been going on even since MKX, but I can't remember that far back. So why don't we just put all the rumors to bed? Is Sonic Fox in bed with NRS, or is that just a bunch of nonsense to discredit how good he is at the game? Let me know what you guys think about all of this. Try to not attack each other in the comment section. Let's talk. Actually, no, I'm not. I already know what's going to happen. I'll see you guys very soon. Take care and peace.